Okay, everybody. Here's an 8-pointed star. It's a very occult star used in occult societies, secret societies. You notice it's two squares on top of each other. One's turned and one's straight, with a dragon in the middle. I'm not sure where this one comes from, but anyway, that's what it looks like. One variation of it. Okay, here's a different look at it. You can see the two cubes on top of each other. It's two cubes. Two cubes is a very prominent symbol in secret societies and Freemasonry. They use the cube, and so you can see here how the two cubes can be used together to make the 8-pointed star, which is a very occult star. Actually, all star symbolisms are used in occult societies, secret societies, Freemasonry, Illuminati, the Brotherhood of Saturn, and all the many secret societies that are all connected. Okay, so speaking of the two cubes, or the chevrons, see, these are in the army. You get these for rank, okay, for one. And for two, this is the red and blue lodge. This symbolizes the red and blue lodge of Freemasonry, the York Rite and the Scottish Rite. York being York and London. That's why we have New York over here. This is the New York, or Oz. N-O-N-Y-Z. Oz. But you notice, if you look at them just right, it's two cubes on top of each other as well. See, the left side is the side, and then the right side is like the front of the cube. See? And then those are your chevrons. You also see them on military uniforms. And these are directly connected to secret societies and Freemasonry. Okay, and here you see the 8-pointed star. This is a library in London, and right in the middle there you can see the two cubes, two squares, one turned, or the 8-pointed star, a very occult symbol. Right in, I forget which, it's a very, very old and renowned and popular library in London. There you go. Okay, here's a 7-pointed star. I believe this is a picture of Marilyn Manson's website, or one of them, or somebody's website with Marilyn Manson on the front. And that's a 7-pointed star. That's also a very occult symbol. Of course, Marilyn Manson is using it. Okay, where else do we see this particular star? Let me show you. Well, one place you see it is the Arizona Department of Corrections, the 7-pointed star. And here's what looks like a little toy one, Cheyenne, Wyoming junior officer, 7-pointed star, with a bunch of intricate design in there. Anyway, and a circle inside a circle, or a ring around. I don't know. Anyway, 7-pointed star. Alright, for people who didn't see it, I've done this one before, but this is the symbol for the Knights Templar, the cross and the crown. The Knights Templar is basically who print your money, which really is not going to be printed anymore. Their costs are going down because everything's going digital now. So these are the people that punch in the amount that they're supposedly lending you. Okay, see this scam? And this is how they rule, by monarchy and religion. Okay? Religion was put here to control us. Our true spirituality is within ourselves and connected to nature. Okay? And they're trying to destroy nature and destroy us. And that's why in the Bible, the slaughtering of animals is not only just slaughtering, but a ritual behind it to subconsciously murder those people, their selfhood, and their being, and and ours as well further down the road. Okay, and here you see it on a window of a church. The Knights Templar symbol, cross and a crown, monarchy religion. This is how they rule us. And very interesting. And the cross and the crown is inside a hexagram, which is inside a big yellow outlined cube, and so on and so forth. Alright, and here's the Zion's Watchtower Society, started by a man who was a Freemason, and part of the whole agenda and part of the whole secretive agenda to control the world and to enslave us. He was a Freemason. I'm going to show you his grave site here in a minute. And there's the cross and the crown, and notice also the knight on the right side, the top right, your right, the knight in armor with swords, and because that's also how they rule us, by the sword. Just like their demiurge, they're the David bloodline. The people who wrote this story, they're the David bloodline, straight from Akhenaten and King Tut. Tut, T-U-T, should actually be DVD, David. And it goes back to Druidism too. The Davids, the David, the royal bloodline. And I'm going to show you that in a minute as well. Alright everybody, here's the Wikipedia of the Watchtower, which was the last picture you just saw. And this was started by Charles Taz Russell. The publication was started by Charles Taz Russell on July 1st, 1879, okay? Here's Charles T. Russell's gravesite. Okay, Pastor Charles T. Russell, February. The Laodicean Messenger. I should have looked that up, but the Laodicean Messenger. Okay, there's the cross and the crown, and his pyramid in the back. See, you can see it behind here, back there. Okay, the separated capstone on the pyramid, just like on the back of the dollar bill, the cross and the crown in the middle. Okay, this is the guy who started the Jehovah's Witness, and it doesn't matter. All denominations were started by individuals of secret societies and Freemasonry to divide and conquer, divide us up into denominations. And you know what? That Bible, the book itself, does a very fine job on its own, without the pastors and priests who are Freemasons. I was into the Bible, studying the Bible. I started believing a little too much of it until I came to my senses. And what helped me come to my senses was all the disputes. What day did Christ rise? What day is the Sabbath? Old Testament or New Testament? Is Paul a false apostle? Paul called himself a master builder. If you have an e-sword, do a search for master builder. I'm not going to look it up right now. We all need to be looking into this and not taking anybody's word. Trust ourselves and look into this, but no shortcuts. No one website look or one video watch. Really look into this for yourself. Read some books on it. I'm going to start getting in more of the psyche here soon, but I think it's so important to be symbol literate and to know who these people are and that they're connected to royalty, and that bloodline, the David bloodline. I'm sorry to say, I thought it was the black people, but they were in Egypt, but this bloodline in Akhenaten, who was actually Moses, They weren't. The Yehudites, the Levites, they were from Ireland originally. Then they came to Egypt. And then they brought monotheism in. And then Akhenaten, who was actually Moses, got kicked out. And who a lot of researchers say was a madman. And if you remember Moses throwing down the commandments and flipping out and breaking the commandments on the ground and acting like a madman. Okay, it's kind of funny that monotheism never existed until the last dynasty of Egypt. And at the same time that the Akhenaten got kicked out because the people weren't having that, it's kind of odd at the same time was the supposed Exodus. Okay, now you might dispute this David bloodline. King Tut, T-U-T, should actually be DVD, David. It goes back to Ireland as well, further back in history, to Druids. David's, or David's bloodline, or the David bloodline. Here, look at this. This is the British Israel World Federation. The British Israel World Federation is an organization that's founded in London July 3rd, 1919. Although its roots can be tracked back to the 19th century, at one time this organization enjoyed the patronage of members of the British establishment, including H.R.H. Princess Alice of Athlone, the Duke of Buccleuch, or something. I don't know what that is. Earl of Dysart, the Right Hon, and the Countess Dowager of Radnor. Listen to these. Lord, look at this. Lord, they call themselves lords. That should give that Bible right there. Lord Gisborough. Okay? And the R.T. Hon W.F. Massey. Now listen to this background. This is very interesting. This is where you really need to tune in here. The British Israel World Federation was born as a movement in the 19th century and federated in 1919 during the days when the sun never set on the British Empire. The sun rising from the east, the dawn of the new day. The sun never set on the British Empire. Remember those names I just read: Duke, Earl, Countess, Lord. This is kings and queens as well. From 1924, the organization maintained an office next to the Buckingham Palace. In 1990, it moved to Putney on the Thames, but since 2003 has been based near Bishop Auckland in County Durham. British Israelism. Now, here's where you really need to tune in. I'm sorry. Also called Anglo-Israelism, is the belief that people of Western Europe descent, particularly those in Great Britain, are the direct lineal descendants of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. The concept often includes the belief that the British royal family is directly descended from the line of King David. The Davids. That's royalty. Davids. That's the Tuts. Tut should be DVD. That's the Akhenatens. That's the ones who brought in monotheism and wrote that damn book. We need to wake up, get some knowledge, search from a pure heart for pure truth, and trust in yourself, and know thyself. Turn off the TV, turn off all the distractions, go find yourself, get in contact with yourself, face your demons, face your devil, go through hell, and find your selfhood that they have buried through television and music and symbols, and brought you and externalized everything for you. They're bred, they're sideshows and circuses. Get away from him and find your true identity. Find yourself, which is connected to this natural or nature matrix that we're all connected to. We're all snowflakes, and not every snowflake is identical, right? So helping yourself will help someone else. Harming another is to harm yourself. Thanks for watching. Take care.